That just pisses me off. Anyway, I can't get on camera, so I just wanted to warn you ahead of time. Y'all don't want to see me.
That's fine.
And hi, Chloe.
Hello.
See when YouTube wants to catch up. Here we go.
Oh, let me make sure I have YouTube off.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining the stream. I have some guests tonight. If y'all would like to introduce yourselves, we'll start with Chloe, the newbie.
I am new. I am Chloe Alice Balkin. I am a right now paranormal romance author. And this is pretty much all I have on YouTube. I have not really made a channel yet. So hi, everybody.
Aphrodite.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aphrodite. I always forget what I'm going to say next. Oh, my God. I write mainly paranormal fantasy as well, but I dabble in all kinds of other places. My most recent book that's out is coming of age, new adult dark drama. Nothing close to what I usually write. And I have a book, a naughty book by my naughty girl name, Minx Kenosha, called Encounters, the 7 Erotic Sins, which came out almost a year ago today, because it's like it came around Valentine's Day. So like I've been an author for a year.
Cool, cool. And I'm D.L. Stewart, and this is my channel. I write adult medieval fantasy, except tonight. I think I'm working on my memoir. So, yeah.
Slight change of pace there.
Yeah. Just kind of throwing that out there. Taking a little break right now from fantasy. So, yeah. That's what I'm going to be working on.
I'm going to be working on putting my paperwork and all that kind of stuff together, because I'm going to be taking on clients to do formatting, novel formatting.
Cool, cool.
So
I might hit you up whenever I get ready to do that on my memoir or something. I think for my memoir, I'm going to do everything since I've already got the cover done and stuff. So
right. So yeah, definitely talk to me. But yeah, definitely talk to me. But I'm hoping that I can get it up on my website, on my publishing website by next week, so then I can start like taking people. But we'll see. You know, my life's been pretty crazy of late.
Oh, yeah. I know how that can be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Oh, shit. All right. Let's see here. We got TFP Ride Girl here. Hello, hello. Jeannie's here. I know she keeps missing mine the past couple of weeks or coming in late. I actually did it on time this week, and I think I'll be on time next week. Tamara's here. Hello.
Hi,
Amber's here. Keeping with today's trend of doing nothing, I need to, I guess. Drawing. All right. Let's check. Yeah.
Who said they were drawing?
Amber.
Oh, okay.
It is 4 after. We go ahead and chit chat for about another 6 minutes and start at 10 after.
Tell people a little bit more about the memoir.
About my memoir?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure all my viewers know, but I used to be in a rap group, so it's about that time period, from 2009 through 2015-ish, somewhere in there. Me living in the house with 5 other people and all the crazy stuff that we used to get into and illegal acts that we partaked in, and yeah. All the stupid stuff that we did as teenagers and being in our early 20s. So, yeah.
That you survived through. I've seen some of the shenanigans.
Yeah, I survived. I'm still here. You didn't see me doing any of the shenanigans. I was always the person behind the camera.
But now you're going to be writing about it.
It's going to be under a pen name. And this
Perfect.
Everybody's going to be a little different.
I vended at music festivals for 10 years, and there's always been a part of me that wants to do memoirs on that, but also a novelization because, way too much trouble.
Way too God. That would be great to do a novelization of that shit. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I thought about just kind of condensing everything because, like, 6 year span, and I know it's just going to be a lot of, like, choppiness. And I thought about just taking all those same instances and compressing it down to a shorter time span, so it'd still be true events, just not in the time span that it took. But then I was like, I ain't gonna do that. But I thought about it for a while.
Got a little bit of creative license with that. I don't think anybody's memoir is 100%.
No, I looked.
How the story actually went.
I looked at the little thing you put at the front of your books, or wherever, like, you know, any names or places mentioned. This is just like by coincidence. I found one for memoirs, and it was talking about the names of people, places, characteristics, or even events have been slightly altered to not do whatever to people.
Right. It sounds like that TV show, like, names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I was telling
protect the guilty.
I was telling Derek, one of my other friends that rapped with us, about it and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, you can use my name. I don't care." I was like, "Well, yeah, you've already served your time." I was like, "I'm gonna go ahead and change everybody's."
It's still best to change everybody's name no matter what.
Yeah.
Because, like, you use his real name, then people go, "Wait a minute, that's so and so. Okay, so that must be blah blah blah." And I bet that's the outlaw.
Well,
and I
anybody that actually knows us, I think I'm gonna keep our nicknames for the most part. Mine's gonna have to change since my name's changing. Because everybody called me Stewie, but I'm not going to have Stewart as my last name, so that's going to change. But all the other people's nicknames are still going to stay the same, so anybody that actually knew us is going to know it, but the actual names and stuff is going to be different.
But if you put that that caveat at the beginning of it, that you've changed the names, then any hapless soul who happens to have the same name as you will not be accused of being you or anybody else in your story, because the names were just changed and it was a coincidence.
Yeah, I'm still putting that at the beginning. And also the first album we ever recorded was like a little EP. Our producer did a disclaimer for it. We had recorded 3 songs. And one of the verses in the third song that we was recording, he's like, "Yeah, I've got to put a disclaimer saying, you know, this is not views or whatever." And he did like a goofy little fucking disclaimer for the CD, and I'm going to put that at the beginning of the book as well. It's like the views and opinions expressed by the group or whatever isn't, you know, the views and opinions of the producer or whatever.
I took a lot of stuff, like when I wrote Shatter, I took a lot of stuff that really happened to me and fictionalized it. I mean, fictionalized it to the nth degree and then some. And I always said, because my one friend, she was reading some of it, she was like, "Wait, I think I kind of remember this." And I said, anybody who reads my book, who claims, "Oh, you're talking about me," is admitting to shit. So I know I ain't worried. Baron ain't coming forth. Chase ain't coming forth. You know. So I'm not worried.
Incriminating evidence.
All of the illegal activity, for the most part, that's has been partaked in, has already had time served for us. So can't do that double jeopardy and accuse us again.
Right.
So I ain't too worried about it.
You were talking about me. That happened. I did that. Like, really? You're admitting it? Like, I have no worries.
Sarah's here. Says she's in the middle of something, but she's here and dropped a like, as one should. Thank you. Tamara, I'm going to draft on bench bound 2.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get things done all day. Maybe now I'll get something done. Maybe. Jenny, got to get my newsletter updated and posted. I
still haven't made a newsletter.
Like, at all? You don't have any newsletter?
No, and I really want, it's not like I really want one and I still haven't put one together.
You need to put one together.
And you need to use
MailerLite in case you've been debating about what service to get. Don't get MailChimp. It's the most confusing thing ever. Get MailerLite.
Oh no, I don't.
I got MailChimp.
I'm gonna do
MailChimp is confusing.
Because I already have my Wix website. So I'm gonna do it
okay.
But I still don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know my way around it yet. Like, when I get onto like new websites, because I'm fucking blind, like for instance, better example, I couldn't maneuver around Ingram Spark. I had to literally get on the internet with Stewie for 4 fucking hours to walk through where everything was on there so I can kind of memorize it. Because I am just ridiculously blind.
Rad Girl says finishing outlining a chapter that she started last night during Amber Stream, which, by the way, I am still recovering from.
Yeah, I dipped out early on that. I went as long as I could, but I am a morning person.
Yeah. I don't even think I watched any of that last night. I don't remember what time it was. I don't know. I jump in and out of streams all the time. But I know last night I went to bed like 6 o'clock my time because I was so sick. I was like, yeah. But yeah, we went past the 10-minute mark. But well, let's see here. Fix this little banner here.
The
Shakira. Let's see here. Go ahead and wait until quarter after now. Yeah, I like that you were 5 and 10. There's no reason to keep talking.
Yeah, Wix. Danny has Wix. I mean, Danny does her newsletter through Wix.
I have Wix. I don't really do my newsletters through them. I use MailChimp on my website, but I don't use the Wix one.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, Chloe isn't the first person to tell me like MailChimp is the devil. MailChimp was.
I don't know all the stuff on there. I just know how to do. Just save the template in my newsletter and just open that up and tweak it and send it. That's all I do.
Yeah, I think this
works for me.
The first devil out there. Everybody. It was what was out there. Now there's so many different things. So a lot of people are just still loyal to it. Me, I didn't have it to begin with, so therefore, no, that's not true. I signed up for it. I just never used it. So technically, but I need to get a newsletter together like yesterday.
I started out. I did reader magnets like right off the bat before. Like I did it with my first book, so that was like I had to have that set up immediately. But yeah, it's one of those things that you should have as soon as you can. You should already have it.
Chloe, what is that? People always say that, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Reader magnet?
Yeah.
It's something you usually for like newsletters, you can send when they sign up, they get an email, and it's usually got like a downloadable link or something of like a chapter or a short story that you've done just for them to read. That is like a reward for signing up for your newsletter. So it kind of gives the initiative for them to sign up.
I need help then. I need somebody to show me how to do that.
I don't use it anymore just because I've grown out of it. But at the time I used BookFunnel for it. And the way that worked was they just, a lot of people host giveaways on it, where, everybody throws their book into it. And yeah, it's definitely like short stories are normally, a lot of readers don't want to pick up that one chapter because they want an entire free story. But I guess it depends on what genre you're writing as well. I'm sure that is genre dependent. But yeah, so like my first book, I got like 500 subscribers to my newsletter. And I will say that they are mostly trash subscribers, but there's kind of also that like gratification of just having somebody look at it in the beginning. So you have some foothold somewhere. And it also, if nothing else, it will also produce ARC readers for you.
Well,
so you're probably not going to make actual money off of it.
With that, you'll get no idea. Like I do not even know. Like even though I understand what you're saying, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing mine. I did 2 chapters, I think, for my debut novel as my reader magnet. But at some point, I do plan on writing some short stories, and I'll change that out with that. But it is a quarter after. So we can go and do
that, man. I don't care. I'll give away 4 or 5 chapters. I don't care.
Yeah,
I just want the book read.
A lot of people use it for prequels to just like entice people into a new series that they're putting out.
But we'll go do 15 minutes. 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Let us know what you guys got done.
I resurrected a demon.
Fun. I'm having guy talk between two teenagers at the moment. Let's see here. Let's turn the banner off. Aphrodite's in the comment sections. Says she's still having a coughing fit or something. We'll go. Let's see here. Leora got 430. Not
Very
bad.
nice.
Jeannie got newsletter muddling. Okay.
I too struggle with my newsletters. I understand.
Yeah, mine's copy and paste basically from one month to the next. I have a section of it where kind of breaks down my schedule for like posting things like videos or stuff like that for the next month. So you kind of know what content I'm going to release the next month. But that isn't always accurate. I change my mind last notice a lot. So, at some point I'm going to get to that.
I feel like that's giving you even more content for your newsletter, though, because then you can issue corrections and retractions.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I only have my books right now because I also have no control over blogging or like any social media, anything. So newsletters are a struggle for me. I feel like I'm just like drunk and rambling in them most of the time.
Yeah, I was like, this is where I'm at in working on my book. Here's a link to buy my book. Here's one more to maybe release next month on my channels and stuff. That's about it. Sarah's, I've been here, but I have been working on a video and now it is live, so I'm good. Cool. I'll go check that out at some point tonight, tomorrow, sometime. Rad Girl said I got a flashback scene outline. Cool. Boom. I bet a few of you forgot to hit the like button and can do that. Yeah, they probably could. Thank you. You need to crack a whip on some of these people.
It's always appreciated.
Yep. Or dislike, whatever. YouTube doesn't care, so I don't care. Tamara, I moved from couch to desk. Not a lot done otherwise.
Sometimes that move is what you need, though, and maybe at your desk you'll do better at your next sprint.
Yeah, more like certain settings, you just kind of have more vibe with your creative juices and stuff. So, yeah. Amber, I got everything but the stars done on my drawing. Cool. I don't even know how much I wrote. Let me go back. Oops. I got 520 done. I go around.
I ended up with 622 on that.
Let's open up YouTube. Yes, there's more. Boom. Oh, let's see here. Since the past couple weeks I've been by myself, I decided to try to find some questions to tie us over between sprints. So let's see here. I got 4 for tonight, I guess. If we get to them all, we get to them all. If not, we don't.
You save them for next week.
I probably won't.
Or whatever. Just delete them. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. Next week I'll probably be like, nah, I don't want to do questions. The first one is: do you prefer reading series or standalones, and why? You want to answer that question first?
Well, I read romance, and I feel like by default that means series because there's very little standalone and romance anymore. And especially with romance, you get so involved with the characters that you want those characters to keep going. Like it sucks when a series ends, and a lot of authors now are like pumping out the novellas after their main series is done. And we romance readers just eat that up. So yeah, definitely series.
I think for me, it just kind of depends on my mood. At times I like standalones because I like just reading it and getting over with and not feeling like, oh, now I got to wait and figure out something else later. You know, I feel like I've got everything, like, I don't know how to fucking explain it. I got everything, absorbed, and I know everything that happened, and I'm not wanting more or anything. It's something that I can just like pick up, read, and then put it down, not have to think about it. Whereas series, you'd be like, all right, well, when's the next book? And, I got to know what happens. But at the same time, I like getting invested in characters. I'm like, all right, I want more, I want more, I want more. So that's a hard one for me. If I had to only pick one, I'd probably pick series just because that would give me more to read. But yeah.
I like when it's any sort of like a fantasy setting. I like just staying in that fantasy setting. It takes, especially when it's, anything sort of high fantasy or, not urban, not here. It takes so long to learn that setting, especially like if it's written well and it's not an exposition dump at the beginning. Just like figuring out the whole mechanics of the world, which is a great discovery, I think, when it's done well. But like once I have it all figured out, I don't want to jump to something else and have to figure it all out all over again. And even when you're talking about things that like, are very like industry standards, like I do shifter stuff. Each author like changes it a little bit, and so I like sticking with that premise longer. I don't like having to learn everything all over again when I really just care about the characters.
Yep. Rad Girl says she likes both. Jenny, I love series. What more of the characters? Yep. And I can see the same thing with the world building and scenery or whatever. Series, if I find a book I really love, I'm always happy if there are more with the same world and characters. Yep. Aphrodite, I have no preference, but I love series. Elizabeth says to write standalone. I have a tendency to kill most of my. I do too, but I'm still writing a 4-book series. There's enough people in the world to kill. You can kill everybody and just move on to the next character.
One of my favorite sci-fi series, they kill off the main character at the end of the first book. It's a weird, she's got like another character inhabiting her body. It makes sense in the story, but like that character ends up getting a body of his own, and then it turns out that he was the main character all along, and they just set it up that it was this other character. So yeah, kill the characters, keep the series going. You can do that.
People die.
Yeah.
Leora said, yes, staying in the same world. Aphrodite, I admit that I do like discovering series after they are all over. That's how I discover VC entries. Yeah.
Absolutely. I hate having to wait for the next book to come out.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially like just binge reading it and stuff. Yeah. Because I know if I have to wait a while, I might as well just put a standalone because I'll probably forget about it by the time it comes out.
Yeah. So, why rapid release is a thing now. And I think it's also like all of this is indicative of what the current market is. This is what we want now. We want the series.
Series, I'm a binge reader. Yep. And I am a murderer. Yes. You know my view on that. Everybody's got to die. Might as well be on the page.
Here I am resurrecting demons.
Well, I'll resurrect a few people here and there just to kill them again. You only live once, but you can die twice. Let's see here. For Daddy, I will kill a bitch in a heartbeat. I don't care if you love them or not. I'm the same way.
I'm not somebody who like holds my characters sacred either. Obviously, like when you're writing romance, you got to keep those certain characters alive. But I am not somebody who struggles with killing a character. I'll get real sad about it. I'll cry. I'm a crying writer, but I won't have any problems actually doing it. I'll just cry as I do it.
I'm the complete opposite. Once I get to a chapter, I outline very heavily before I write, usually the first chapter. And then whenever I get to a chapter, I'm like, oh, I get to kill somebody. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. I'm all excited about it. That's what kind of keeps me moving forward in my eye. I get to kill this person. I get to kill this person. I get to kill this person. Kind of drives me to write the next chapter. Let's see here. Let's take that off. I think most people's already answered that. It's 42 after, I say about 30 minutes. We can do another one. Take us to the top of the hour.
Perfect. I am here to write. And I like to think that more of you are here to write than y'all sound like you are. I think we had one person check in with an actual account on the last one. Y'all need to be writing. Settle in and write.
No, yeah.
Or edit or craft if you are doing something other than writing, that's fine. But do it.
Right, girl said I only kill my villains, but I do kill a few main characters. You gotta kill the good guys. Bad guys are the people that I like.
You know, I feel like I'm the opposite. That like you need to keep those villains going, especially if you're writing a series, because otherwise, for me, I have to come up with a new villain, and I'm not good at that. So my villains tend to get away. I mean, until the end of the series, of course, because kill them all. But
after I say I might get sad, but I will not hesitate. I did kill one character, and then I went back and not kill him. But it wasn't because I was sad or anything. It was just because I was like, he was so fun to write for. And then I got started on the second book. I was like, I don't get to write for him anymore. Nope. I want to write for him. He'll just die later. Jennifer said I like series and standalones both. Leora, I'm struggling right now with not with killing characters, but with how or when. Because my book emphasizes emotional and verbal violence over physical. I'm not sure it's right for the story. Can I understand that? Everybody, rarely do I kill bad guys.
See, we're in agreement on that. If I will have like two villains so I can kill off one of them. Just to say that I did kill off a villain, but the other one's going to keep going. And like with vengeance now because his partner has been killed off.
Or on the other hand, I do want to address death. Jeannie said, I'm cheating. I'm still working as we're chatting.
I support that too.
Yeah. But it is a quarter till right now.
It is.
So we will go top of the hour. What time are open? Maybe. Phone wants to unlock. Come on. There we go. All right. Get started in 3, 2, 1. Right. That is time. Let us know what y'all got done. Let's see what I get. I got 571.
I got 475, and I am now on my third to last scene. So I don't think I'm going to finish this tonight, but I will definitely finish it tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got stuck on trying to spell a word, trying to put it into the Google Speech on my phone, and it was like, I don't know what you're saying, dude. I'm like, oh.
Are you sure it was a real word?
So I text my wife asking her, and she's like, I don't know what you're trying to spell because I was spelling it totally wrong.
But you figured it out in the end.
Yeah, I figured it out finally.
Perfect.
And then now I'm at a spot. I'm naming a Mexican restaurant, and I want to change the name so the people that work there don't get in trouble. But I used to go there and get free food all the time.
Gotcha.
So I don't want them to get in trouble. So I'm trying to think of another Mexican-ish type name for the restaurant, but I don't want to use like another Mexican restaurant's name in case somebody else might get in trouble for it or something. I don't know.
So this is a really weird fact, but in the movie Anchorman, there's the scene where they go to the Mexican restaurant, and there's a sign, like they show the entrance to the Mexican restaurant, and it's got this really weird name that does not look like a restaurant name because it's in Spanish, but it's really long. Like it's not just one or two words. It's this great big, it looks like a phrase. And it translates to, I believe, I spit in your food. And it's one of those things where it's on the screen for like a second. And you have to also know Spanish to like catch it, but yeah,
I was thinking about,
it's a weird fact about Mexican restaurants.
I was thinking of some random phrase or a couple words and then trying to translate it into Spanish to see what it would be. But I don't really know what words I would use yet.
Or you could just go with something generic like burrito heaven.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or you could go with something really generic like La Paria or La Reina, because there's a million Mexican restaurants named those.
Yep. Let's see what else in the comments. Daddy says she shed a few tears on her last few books. Boom, boom. Especially my current one. Oh my god.
Yeah, earlier today I was crying like a baby, but that's okay because again, I resurrected the damn demon at the end of it. So I even knew as I was writing his death scene that he was going to live, but that's who I am as a person.
I want a Valentine's Day related video this week, but I'm not sure what I want to talk about. Does anyone have any suggestions on what they would like to see? I know there's a Valentine's Day writing tag if you want to do that. I think I did that last year in February at some point. So you can go to my channel and just scroll through the videos and find that if you're interested in doing a tag. Besides that, I don't know. I don't do love romance stuff, so you can ask her.
Well, right. I mean, and that's it. I feel like you just end up with whatever you want to do, talking about romance or talking about how much you don't like romance. Those are both options.
334 words. She said, I'm part demon, and the other one said, I love you. Jeannie, almost half done with my newsletter, then onward to revise my automation greetings. The crunchy taco. We had it's like a taco cart type ordeal. It's like drive through, pull up, whatever. Can't remember what it was called. I think it was like Taco Deluxe or something. We had it. It was only there for like 3 months, and the dude went bankrupt or something. I don't know. I think he gave a lot of his stuff away for free.
I think it depends on what type of Mexican restaurant you're writing. Like if you're writing like a generic strip mall one or
No, it's kind of
like
like
a
more of a,
fancy one.
yeah, I guess, kind of fancy, with the stucco walls on the outside, inside, and the painting memorials and the big heavy ass fucking chairs. And
Hmm.
yeah. Mi tierra? I don't know Spanish, so I'm not going to know what any of these means.
I'm going to say from my French knowledge that is my ground, my earth.
When, yeah, I didn't take Spanish. I'm not gonna
I
try.
don't know. I don't know
How to
Sanyo.
spell it.
Good.
Poco Loco. Something about crazy
Crazy
chicken.
chicken.
Yeah, I know that. I know
This
Poco
is
Loco.
becoming a game.
Yeah. I've ate at a Poco Loco before. Or El Poco Loco.
Oh no, pollo is chicken. Pollo, El Pollo Loco is crazy chicken. That's
Okay, what's
Poco.
Poco? I thought Poco was chicken. Yeah, I don't know Spanish. I barely know English. Call it best food ever and have it translated to Spanish. Maybe. Let's see. There's a place called Mexican in Tel Aviv.
Tel
No
Aviv.
one,
It's a place.
okay. No one is going to think it's that unless your book is set. Nope. It's set in Northeast Arkansas. Looking over the manuscript and trying to figure out what I'm going next. Why did Google just open up on my phone? Looking over the manuscript and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, I guess. Taking notes and moving things around. Aphrodite says you should do that Valentine's Day tag. Yeah, I might do the tag. Managed to come up with a couple of other video ideas, such as romance tropes. I hate the different types of love. Oh shit. Comments jumped on me. Call it fancy food in Spanish. Neither do I, just names of Mexican restaurants. Polo Loco. Okay, I think that's what means crazy chicken. Yeah. Yeah, I remember it was something with a P and a O, something O or whatever. I remember that much. Polo Loco. El Polo Loco. I've ate there a couple times. Poco means little. Poco Loco, a little crazy. Yeah, that might be good. I don't know Spanish either, I swear. Yeah, the school I went to, they had like 2 years of Spanish you could take. I tried taking it my freshman year, and they said it was full because they start with the upperclassmen and work their way down. So then my sophomore year, I tried again, and they told me the same thing. My junior year, I tried again. They told me the same thing, but there were some sophomores and freshmen in there. I'm like, y'all skipping me here. And then my senior year, I was like, screw it. If I can't take 2 years, I'm not taking one or whatever. So
This
I just
is
gave up
this
on
is
it.
high school,
Yeah.
but language is a requirement for colleges. Is it not anymore? I'm old.
It wasn't
It
for
was
me.
when
No.
I went to college.
I didn't have to.
Okay, I guess that has changed. When I went to
It might just
college,
be like
I had to
regions
have
or
two
whatever,
years.
certain colleges or something. I don't know. I don't know. LL is Y sound in Spanish. See, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's pollo.
Pollo. It's polo. I can read
armpit
English.
style right there. That's happening, isn't it?
Yep. I know how to read stuff in English. Don't tell me these letters have weird sounds. I know like the J's make an H, and that's about it. But yeah, let's see. Let's got another question we can do. Boom. And delete that question. We've already done that. Do you use bookmarks or dog ears? If you use a bookmark, what do you use as the bookmark? An actual bookmark, piece of paper, a napkin, whatever.
I don't use books. I
I was about to say,
I read everything on my phone.
Yeah. I would use a form of bookmark. I have these little sticky post-it tab things. Order. I kind of mark them with that. I do have some bookmarks, but I always lose them, or they fall into the book and I can't find it. And then instead of just flipping through the pages, I usually just pick up the book and kind of shake it until it falls out, and then that doesn't help me either. So
No.
yeah, I don't know where it's at.
Always, like, if I am reading an actual paper book, I'll just jam some piece of paper into it. But normally I use a piece of paper that's bigger than the book, so that doesn't happen. I am one of those people who believes that dog earing is a bit of a crime.
Yeah, I don't like doing dog ears for regular books. If it's like a self-help or like a craft type book or something, I want to mark like multiple pages instead of going through a bunch of these. I'll just dog ear everything.
No, I will absolutely go through a bunch
books,
of those. I have I don't know, I majored in English, so I've got a lot of those anthologies, and they're absolutely filled with those tags that are now smushed from being against the back of a bookshelf. But that's okay, because I can still find what I'm looking for.
Yep. Let's see here. Polo is with one L, not two. It doesn't matter. Two L's still make an L sound, okay? I didn't graduate college, but I was like an English major and a math major in college. I know English.
Oh,
it might not seem like it, but I know English.
I also majored in physics. So yeah, I did that roughly that same route.
Yeah, I went for drafting a design, and I was using Pell Grants to pay for it, like FAFSAs or whatever. And one of the requirements, you have to have a certain amount of credits or hours or whatever each semester for them to pay. So I'd get however many classes I needed for my degree, and I'd need a couple more. So then I'm like, I'll take any English and math class I can. And I ended up taking every one that school had to offer over my 2 years I was there. Because I also did some summer classes or whatever, and then the FAFSA would cover it, but you still had to have a certain amount, and I would only need one actual class for that summer semester. So I was like, I need this writing class and this one and this one and this one.
I originally majored in physics, and I dropped out. And when I went back, because I went to a different school that had a bunch of crazy requirements that my first school didn't have, it was still going to be another 2 years for me to finish there. So I was like, I may as well get another degree while I'm doing this. So I ended up with physics and English.
Cool. Sometimes J's make Y sound so yeah. I knew that at some point. I just remember the H's because jalapeno. That's the only reason why I remember the H.
Also Jose and Jesus.
Jesus, yep. I don't use either. Bookmarks, dog ears are the devil.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, I'll use them for craft books and stuff like that, but regular novels or something, no. Bookmark anything that's not of value. I worked in the library and we'd find all sorts of things: checks, money, tax return, pay stubs. Shit.
I'm sure my library has definitely gotten a few of those things for me. Not actual money or actual checks, but info that I probably don't need to be given to my library.
Also, yeah, I mostly use the Audible app nowadays. Speaking of that, my book should be on Audible before too long, hopefully. The bookmarks, I either buy them or make them myself, but if I have neither, I use scraps of paper. I just flip to where I left it.
I do try to end on a chapter, like at the end of a chapter when I am reading a paper book, so I could.
That's what I try to do. In case I have to use a bookmark and I can't find it later, I kind of know roundabout.
I
know
I'm a binge reader, so usually it's not like I'm putting it down for more than a couple hours.
Yeah, I know my mom and my grandma, they would just turn the book upside down with it still open on the table and just leave it like that. I know I used to get in trouble when I was little because I'd get there, pick it up, flip a few pages, set it back there.
I've always had pets, and pets love to knock things like that off counter. So that's a terrible method.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my mom and grandma don't have any pets of any kind, so that's what they used to do. Kindle Sync. As Chloe's saying, when I want to mark things, I highlight or use sticky tabs. Yeah, I tried highlighting in one of my craft books one time, and it bled through to the other side.
Oh,
like
yeah.
so much so, I was like, I don't know which side I highlighted.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. I might underline something in pen, but mostly those tabs.
I will actually, I'll deliberately put the tab, if it is a line that I would want to highlight, so to speak, I'll put the tab right at that line. So when I open it up, it's like pointing to where I was most interested in
it. That's what I usually do. It's usually a lot of craft books, small little paragraphs. So I'll put it like at the top of that paragraph.
Yes.
And if I'm just reading a regular book, I usually try to stop at a chapter. If I can't do that, at either a scene break or the end of a page, and I'll put it on the top of whatever page or right at that scene break or something.
Yeah.
It does not matter. 1L, 2Ls, they all sound like L's. Fight me. The mathematician in me is nodding at your comments, saying, yes, that is correct. You did not go to college, then you majored in everything. Yep. But yeah, I ended up dropping out. I was going to have to take 2 more classes because I failed them. It was like the 2 easiest classes. One was computer lit, which taught you how to use Word and Excel and stuff. And the other was seminar, which you have to make resumes and stuff. And it was like 1 resume for the entire year. And that was your only assignment that entire year. But my teacher would give you a 0 for the day if you came in late or if you missed. And I had a car that broke down all the time. And so I had a lot of zeros from that. I was like, how do I flunk out of a class that has 1 assignment that's not due until the end of the semester? And then computer lit, I took online and I'd forget about it. So it was like the 2 easiest classes I flunked out of. And then I got a job that was paying more than what I would have gotten paid if I had got my degree. So I was like, I'll just take this. Aphrodite, I majored in psych, but switched to anthropology. Cool. It's jalapeno. Flum. I don't like seeing dog ears. I love old lived in pages.
I appreciate a book where the person reading it clearly just read it a whole bunch of times, and that's why the spine is broken on it. Like when it's broken in a whole bunch of places because you can tell that they just read it over and over and over again. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I know my proof copy of my first book, it's a glossy cover, and then that gloss film is starting to peel off around the edges or whatever because I flipped through it so much. I hate it on regular books, but like, yeah, it means I kind of flipped through it. Because usually I'm like, nope, I just got to peel that off. So I hate just a little bit sticking up. No upside down books.
It's just a recipe for failure. Yes, they absolutely will do that.
I have 3, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a paperback, anything can be a bookmark for me, receipts, a random dollar, a sock. But normally I'm reading on my Kindle. Yep. Yeah, I've always had a thing about physical copies, whether it's paperback or hardback. I just like them better. But here lately, I've been reading more ebooks and stuff, just because that's what people's been sending me to read. But yeah.
I have a Kindle Unlimited subscription that I got for like a free 3-month trial a couple of years ago, and then I forgot to cancel it. And then I was like, you know what? This is just what I'm going to do now. And between that and then I buy things on Google Play because I get Google Play credits that I'm literally sitting on like $40 worth of right now, and that is most of my reading these days.
Yeah, I'll go through Google Play or whatever and find some of the free books and kind of read them a little bit. It's usually just like a first in a series, and the rest series you have to buy them. It's like, I liked it. I didn't like it that much. But my
like
wife,
the app itself, like the way that it does its books.
I have a app on my phone called Read Era, and that's what I try to read most of my stuff in. I just like how it's set up. I don't know. But yeah, my wife has our library cards synced up to some website or whatever where you can get ebooks that way. That's what she reads most of
What's
hers.
it called? I have it, and I'm blanking on the name of it. Overdrive. Is that what it is?
I don't have it. I don't know. She did it, and she asked me if I wanted it. I was like, no. I got enough books right now. I need to try to read. So yeah, but I know that's what she does most of the time. I mean, we go to the library and let the kids pick out physical books all the time, but she reads hers on her phone.
Yeah, I will do that too occasionally. I like it. It's a good system.
The Jolly Jalapeno.
Or is it the high jalapeno?
Aye. Aye. Aye, jalapeno.
This is our not Spanish lesson of the day. Woo!
I should do a video of languages. I have so many created languages. I should do one just Spanish and just terrible pronunciations.
This will be a video that also needs a disclaimer on it.
I am not certified to teach Spanish. This is how you pronounce this.
It'll be have you ever seen pronunciation manual on YouTube? Yeah, it'll be that. Coconut.
Gay guacamole. Taco time. Every time I see anything with food and dime, I always think of the peanut butter jelly song. Peanut butter jelly song. Every fucking time. I don't know why. Taco Town. Quiller. Quillier. Quesadilla. Yes.
Queer. Oh, queer? Is that what we're aiming for on that?
Queer.
Year, which is
I'm gonna say the gay guacamole. So yeah, queer quesadillas. Ready to go read physical books because I don't want to damage my eyes and already read fan fiction online. Yep. Oh, so what is it? 24 after? So we can go ahead in about a minute. Jump on next Prince.
I have all of my e-reader apps because I have several of them. I have them all set to the black screen, which helps quite a bit with the
Mine, that Read Era, it's set to like a cream off white eggshell or whatever.
That helps
and then I usually read it at night in bed. I usually turn my brightness all the way down. I don't have to really worry about it straining too much on my eyes. But yeah, it is 25 after. We'll go ahead and go to 40. Get started in 3, 2, 1, right. That is it. Time is up. Let us know what you got done. Let's see here. I got 550 even.
I wrote 545 and on 3 separate occasions gave my character the wrong name.
Oh, and I figured out a name for that restaurant. It's called That One Place in Spanish.
What is that?
Es lugar, I guess. ESELUGAR.
Okay.
I listened to it on my phone. Its pronunciation. It said Es lugar. I was like, it's that
Yeah.
one place.
I guess. Okay. I accept that. I guess one place is lugar. That's a weird phrase. I wonder if it's like an idiom. That's okay. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
I don't know. I know I always. That's how I talk about them. That one place, that one person, the so and so. We
Yeah.
did that thing. So that one place where y'all go and eat. That one place. Let's see here. What do we got? Aphrodite, but I am certifiable. Hashtag Team Chase. Team Chase all the way. It's supposed to be said like killer. Alright, so that's
the
Quiller.
quesadilla. I made it way more dramatic than it actually was.
Quiller. Quesadillas.
As is my way.
Killer. Case. Oh, okay. Okay. So you're saying the L's are supposed to be like killer. Not that's a whole word. Alright.
Struggle bus is real.
This song, Peanut Butter Jelly Time, yeah. I haven't heard it in forever, but every time anybody says anything about food and then time, automatically what pops in my mind. Well, it didn't work. All right, well, thank you for stopping by, Aphrodite. Jeannie said newsletter is almost done. I pick too much. Seriously. Yep, here we go. Rag Girl outlined another scene in my chapter after figuring out what I want to happen next. Cool. And I love the current scene I'm outlining. It's a suspenseful scene involving the characters traveling through a dangerous forest with thieves. Cool. I love dark forests. I'm reading over what I've written and fixing things as I'm going along. I'm at 25 out of 81. Not bad.
Sounds like good progress.
She edited some pages. Not bad. Yeah, after I figured out what I was going to name that restaurant, I was like, yeah, I'm done with this scene. I jumped ahead a couple chapters and started writing something else. And that's just how my mind works. I figure something out, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Let's see here. Next question I have. How do you decide what you are going to read next?
I read some authors that write a lot of stuff. So normally when I do have time to read, there's always something from an author that I follow. And if not, I don't know. I just poke around. I really don't. I probably should have a much better method than poking around on Kindle, but that's what I do.
Yeah, mostly right now I've been like beta reading and getting art copies of different books, and just whatever people send me, that's kind of what I read next mostly. Mm-hmm. If I run out of that stuff, I usually do kind of like what you do. I just kind of poke around. I don't really The only author that I really like that I've read like not much from, but I have almost every book that they've ever wrote is Stephen King. Just because my wife's a huge Stephen King fan and we own the majority of his works. Some of his newer stuff, like the last couple of years or whatever, we don't have anything from there, but we have a lot of his books. We have like a whole bookshelf with nothing but Stephen King books on it. And I like reading his stuff, but besides that, I will just kind of poke around, kind of find some fantasy if I'm in the mood for fantasy. If not, then I'll find some random person's book in some other genre. So yeah, I'll give you a shot.
Yeah, that's a good blurb. Let's try it.
Yep. Let's see here. Where else? I decide based on what I'm in the mood to read. Cool. Triple B tells her what to read, and I listen to her because she knows. I wish I could read more. I'm too busy trying to get my manuscript critiqued and critiquing others in return. Yep.
Yeah, I use reading as a reward system, so I normally have that bit of a backlog as well, where I'm, every time I get some sort of a project done, whether it's my own or whether I'm beta or whatever, I have to wait, or else I will lose all of my time to reading.
Yeah, I don't read that much. I know when somebody sends something for an arc, I'll try to read a little bit each day before bed. And then betas, I try to get to like every other day or something like that. And then just regular reading, maybe once in a blue moon or something. Let's see here. Also, I reread a ton, especially re-listen.
I will fall into that trap. I definitely have some series that I've read like 3 or 4 times.
I haven't really reread many books, maybe like 1 or 2, and that's about it. I know I reread Desperation by Stephen King, because I read it once while I was 7th, 8th grade, something like that, I think. And then I read it again after I had graduated high school at some point.
That's something that I really like to do. I do try at least like once a year to reread a classic that I had to read for college or high school. Because now that I'm reading it for pleasure, I actually will enjoy these books a lot more. So there are a lot of books that I've discovered that I hated in college, but I really like now.
Yeah, I know I watch a couple booktubers, not many, mostly just AuthorTube, but I've watched a couple booktubers and I've seen some of them do that, or wherever they'll go back something they've read like a couple years ago and then reread it to see if their views and opinions have changed any. Samara said, I read a lot of cozy mysteries and I tend to read books from writer friends. And I'm trying to read more craft books. I pick books by whatever mood I'm in. Yeah. I typically don't read that many craft books. I have a bunch. Most of them I've never opened. There's a couple I have, but even the ones I have read, I just kind of skim through just to the parts that I want to read. That's about it. And other ones I've just got given to me. So I'm just like, yeah, thank you. I'm not going to read it, but thank you.
Yeah, I don't read them. It's not arrogance. I don't think that I'm so good that I can't learn anything from a craft book, but also I can't learn anything from a craft book because I'm a terrible learner.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I know one of them is outlining your novel. I outline pretty hefty, and I like my outlining process, so I'm never going to read that.
Yeah. So we were talking about earlier with beat sheets. Like beat sheets failed me miserably because I already like the process that I have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Save the Cat or anything like that because I like outlining my own way, and I feel like most of the stuff is basically the same.
Yeah,
you have a beginning, middle, and end. It's just how in depth each one goes or whatever to explaining it. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But I have that. I have an emotional craft of fiction. I've kind of skimmed through it a little bit, not much, because I feel like I suck at writing emotion. So I bought that myself and kind of skimmed through it. What I really need, I feel like most of that stuff in there I can do anyways, or I already knew to do. But what I need is that emotional thesaurus or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I need. And I plan on getting that at some point. And then I had somebody buy me, I think this might be it, maybe? This is it? No, that's not. It's a contracting book. I have a how to market on social media for dummies or something. Somebody got me. I was like, okay.
That would be
Kind of
more
skimmed through that one.
useful, except if it's a print book, then it's probably out of
Yes.
date.
Yeah.
Oh, like that's how long is that going to be valid for?
Let's see here. I got it over here, I believe. Maybe, yeah.
I feel like what I need is like how to write blurbs, but like I've got a couple books. I caved and bought a couple on how to write blurbs, and I was like, this is already what I do in my blurb.
Yeah, I've only got about that far into it.
Yeah. And what year was that printed?
This is 4th edition, all 9 books. I have no idea.
Me with
So I haven't got that far into it, and that's kind of all right. There's a lot of the stuff I already kind of knew. It's just like, well, I don't have the time to do that right now. 2017.
Yeah, out of date. Probably doesn't even have Instagram in it.
I probably got it. I think it might.
It should.
So it's got Facebook, Twitter, I think Instagram, Hootsuite, and I don't know what all. But yeah, I've got, I don't know how many pages I've gotten into it. At least to 135 out of 700 and something. And then I have one that's something about science fiction and fantasy, how to write it. I bought that myself. I didn't really buy it to how to write it. I just seen that had a bunch of like medieval jobs and some stuff like that.
Sort of thing that I need.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I could use that. I knew a few of them, but some of the other ones, I was like, yeah, I could use that. And some like medieval terminology and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I think it also has like some like fantasy races and wildlife or whatever type ordeals, and kind of descriptions that's kind of popular. And I had tried to compile as many as I could possibly find. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take some of these and put them in my world and stuff. But to actually read it, to learn how to write it, no. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what book you're talking about now. Wasn't looking at the comments. Well, okay.
We've talked about a lot of books.
Yeah, I think that's all my craft books. No, I got one about writing monsters. I don't think I've ever opened. How to craft believably terrifying creatures. Let's see here. The emotional thirst stories. Yeah, I know. I've seen some snippets of it and I borrowed it from somebody else. I was like, yeah, this is what I need. I don't need to know how to write emotional scenes. I feel like I can do that, but just to actually describe the shit. So, yeah. You know why you need it? Because BB said, well, she ain't here, I don't think. She is. She ain't saying nothing. What do you write, Chloe?
Oh, I write paranormal romance.
The emotional craft of fish. Yeah, I did take some notes out of it when I was doing my first book. After I had written the first book, I kind of went through and found some of the scenes I wanted more emotional and kind of took different scenarios from that book and incorporated it that way. But yeah. Let's see here. Let's hide that. It is almost, well, it is 5 till now. I'm doing one more sprint.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
We'll go. And after. Start in 3, 2, 1. Right. That is it. Time is up. Let us know what you got done.
I forgot to reset my counter, so it is math time.
I only got $3.95 that time.
$5.26.
Not bad, not bad.
And I'm in the second to last scene now. So close.
Cool. Leora says yes. Paranormal Romance 5. The artillery just popping in to say hey and happy writing. Thank you. I guess I could take that banner off. There we go. Writing a little bit of a dialogue between me and my mother. It's a little, I wouldn't say really heated, but a little snarky. Me and my mom don't really get along too well, so yeah. That and a text message conversation between me and one of my friends. And I'm debating if I want to actually write out all the words, because I know back then I wrote everything like WAT for Watts and the numbers and all that stupid crap. I'm kind of debating if I want to write it like that or if I actually want to write it out full. So I don't know.
I feel like when things are written out full now, then there's drama in it.
I mean, nowadays, whenever I write everything out in
It's
full.
so long to type that out.
Yeah, I write everything out in full now mostly. I still do like IDK for I don't know and things like that, but I know used to like before would be the letter B and then the number 4 and then all that kind of crap. I know I see my memories on Facebook and I used to make posts on Facebook like that. I'm like, oh my God. I can't believe I did that. I remember back in the day, you had like a limit of characters, which is why everybody started writing like that. Try to say more in a single post. And same thing with text messages. I remember I used to have to pay to send a message and then pay again to receive a message.
Yeah. Also T9.
Yeah.
But Facebook, I find funny when the memories pop up from that time frame. I don't remember how it was phrased, but it would be like, like say what you're doing now. Chloe is blank. And so you fill it out like finishing off that sentence. And now every once in a while those memories pop up. And I'm like, if you weren't on Facebook 10 years ago, this memory probably looks insane if I share it because it's like that's
just
not the format
whatever
they are anymore.
Yeah, I remember MySpace used to be like that. Facebook.
Dumb way. Oh, right, because Facebook told me to write it that dumb way.
Yep. It'd be like Derek Stewart is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember MySpace used to be like that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what's on your mind or whatever. I was like, I won't tell you what's on my mind. Y'all don't want to listen.
That's really intrusive, MySpace.
Yep. Let's see. Jenny, finish my newsletter. Realize I need to write a blog post before it goes out. Working on that now. Don't you love when you're working on
newsletter is finished?
Don't you just love when you're working on something like, oh, I need to do this other thing first? Right, girl. I did a bit more outlining for the fourth scene and spent the rest of the time watching Sarah's new video. And I have criticisms about editing and pacing choices. Tamara, I've added more notes to things that I'm going to be fixing, I suppose, tomorrow, and I'm adding info to my series Bible. Cool. Let's see, is that all caught up? Yep. And then I have another question, which I think most of us kind of answered it earlier with the bookmark ordeal. But do you read hardcovers, paperbacks, ebooks, or listen to audiobooks?
So
What do you prefer?
I do not listen to audiobooks because my commute is 5 minutes and I don't do anything where I can't be reading or whatever. So I have podcasts that I am behind on. So no audiobooks for me. I don't like reading hardcovers because they're bulky. Ebooks are the easiest. I'm also happy with paperback, excuse me.
For me, I'd prefer hardcover just because I like the stiffness of it. And like you're talking about with the spine or whatever, hardcovers seem to stay intact more
You do.
or whatever. Um, most of the books I own are paperback. Most of the books my wife has are hardcover. Uh, but I like hardcovers the most. I've started reading ebooks more just because a lot of people send me beta copies or art copies or whatever. And they're usually digital. And then for audiobooks, I've listened to parts of like a couple, and then I guess it's just the narrator were too bland and monotone and stuff. It just kind of made me go to sleep. I was like, yeah, I'm not listening to audiobooks. So yeah. So whenever I got my audiobook done, I made sure I found somebody that did not sound monotone and everything else. I hate that.
I did have that issue. I used to, back when I was going to college the second time, I was commuting an hour each way. So I did try audiobooks then just to like be productive in some way during the commute. And I zone out too easily. And then I'm like, I have no idea what just happened. And also because it's not a book, I can't really look back 3 lines and see what
Yeah.
is happening.
Yeah, I know I zone out while I'm reading a book, and then I have to do that. I'll be like, wait, what's going on? Go back a
I'm a
couple
big fact
paragraphs.
checker. I like to like flip back and see like, wait, did I read that right? Or is that what's happening? Yeah, so audio, I know people love audiobooks now, but they're just not for me.
Yeah, I haven't tried to listen to them here lately or whatever, but I know the couple that I did try, it's like this old professor type voice, just blah 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 blah. It's just, no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather be listening to something else. But I know, like when I'm around the house doing like chores, laundry, dishes, something, I will usually get on YouTube and watch other author tube videos. That's why I usually do it whenever I'm doing chores. That way I can just put it on my phone, set my phone down somewhere, and do whatever. I don't have to listen or watch anything, but I can listen to it and stuff. So I might try to do a couple more audiobooks at some point, but I don't know. So, Leora said audio all the way. Ginny, hey, great idea. Audiobooks while I'm on my hamster wheel. I like ebooks and paper, and hardbacks are nice for collecting. Yeah. Like I said, we have like almost every one of Stephen King's books up to like a certain point. The past few years, we haven't got any, but before that, we had all of them. I can't remember what the last one is. I know she's got up through Doctor Sleep, and then I think there might be like 2 others after that she has. And then after that, we haven't gotten any. But every single one of them is in hardback. A lot of them are the red covered hardback. It's like a special edition or whatever with his name stamped in gold on it.
Growing up, we had a copy of Misery that was typed out as though it was typed out on his typewriter. And that was pretty neat. It was impossible to read because of the letters that were missing, but it was a neat novelty.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I forgot what it was. It was some type of like exclusive book club type ordeal that those red covers are from that he did for a while and they quit doing them. So they don't do any of his newer stuff. But they would release those out, and then if you was part of that club, you'd get a copy of it. And that was the only way you get a copy. But I know her mom had been in that club for a while, and then she quit reading as much because her eyesight and stuff. So then my wife just kind of took over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Red Girl, I read hard and paperback, although I prefer hardback because they last longer and the paper doesn't curl. Yep. That's why I like them. And also the cover stays closed when you set them down. So I know all my paperbacks, they start curling up. It's like, no. I use the rewind button for going back.
That is an option, absolutely.
Of course, I know for me, like I said, like with my phone, I'd set it down and walk off. If I don't hear something correctly, I'm just like, I
Yeah.
missed it. Oh well. I'm not going to rush over there to rewind it.
Yeah, I know it's an option, but I just don't think to do
It's
it.
just
Or
like
I
one of those
don't
mild
it.
inconveniences.
I rewind it too far. I don't know, when I'm in a book, I can like see the words as I'm flipping through it, but when it's yeah, it's me. I'm old.
Yeah, the voice of the reader is very important. It has to be good. Yes, yes. I slept enough in school. I don't want to listen to more professors try to read books. Audiobooks are fun, but they're not as good as reading them, just my opinion. Hamster wheel equals treadmill. I figured as much.
I also,
But
as a romance reader, I don't know. I feel like I would get really awkward listening to a sex scene. Just me being me. Like I could read it just fine, but like if the audio is happening, I feel like I would just end up like being really embarrassed for listening to this.
I've listened to some
I
of
have friends who are like mad at me that I don't put my books in audiobooks because they don't like reading. They prefer to do audiobooks. So I know people like them, but for me, it's not my jam.
yeah, I've listened to some of Aphrodite's erotica encounters, 7 erotic sins. I've listened to a couple of chapters of that on ebook or on audiobook or whatever. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I know my group of friends always talk about that kind of stuff, so I guess I'm not affected by it as much. I'm just like, whatever. I've heard it before. So yeah. Deals to have you heard the audiobook for the Savior's Champion? Apparently the narrators. I have not actually listened to the audiobook. I have heard little clips that Jenna shared of him and of the guy kind of doing her outros at times or whatever, saying to go read it or whatever. So I've heard his voice and how he talks and does some of the characters. I haven't actually listened to the book itself though. But yeah, well, I heard from him. He was pretty good. Hey y'all, I'm gonna go do some dinner stuff and edit more. Have a good night and thanks for hosting. No problem.
Good night.
Good night, good night, good night. I think that's what the rest is. But yeah, I know one thing I wanted whenever I had my audiobook done, I wanted to make sure the voice wasn't monotone, as well as I have so many different characters. I was like, I want them to have different voices, different accents, all this kind of stuff. So I found a dude that could do all those different voices and stuff. I was like, yeah.
There's I don't know. It's a podcast that's been out for a while, but there's the podcast My Dad Wrote a Porno where
I've heard that.
reading literally the guy's dad's porno. And so that is one that I will listen to because it's just fucking hilarious and like it's not bounded or not, the sex in it is impossible and terrible. So, but he tries to do different voices for all of the characters, but most of his characters are foreign. And the poor guy has like the most ridiculous accents imaginable, and it's delightful. He tries. He tries, but also again, the book is terrible, so you don't need to try that hard.
Yeah, I know some of my characters he did more like a Indian voice, like Asian Indian voice. He did Scottish for some of them. He did kind of. I don't think he ever actually did Russian. I know he had talked about it, kind of that Russian accent for some of them.
Oh, right, you're right. Fantasy, so he can really play however he wants with it, just because you don't have any expectations of it. That's nice.
Yep. And my book is set to 6 different kingdoms. I wanted each kingdom to be like a little different, like the people from this kingdom speak a certain way or whatever. So he did one group like kind of Scottish or whatever, another group Indian, another group more kind of rougher, not really Russian, but a little bit more rougher, kind of like that. One kingdom more kind of proper British, like you would think for Elven or something, like a lot of fantasy. And then just kind of more one kingdom I had to kind of mention Arabic. I don't really. Oh, I might have a little bit of Arabic type sound, but it's like deserts and stuff, and that's just kind of what I was thinking of. So he's kind of different things for each one. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. It makes it easier for the listener to figure out who's talking as well, because I remember that being something that I got a bit frustrated with, that like just because it doesn't have all the punctuation, so it's hard to like read the dialogue well. The accents are definitely nice for that because it makes it a little clearer who is talking.
Yeah, and I have a shit ton of fucking characters, so that would get really confusing. Especially when there's like a group of like 10 or something all talking. It's just like, who? But yeah. But I think we've done 4 sprints. So that's probably about all we're going to do. We're going about 2.5 hours. So I think we're about to wrap this up. Was it 26 hours? Maybe wait another 4 minutes or so. See if anybody else has a comment or anything else. Yeah, my audiobook is done. I haven't paid the dude yet. I'm gonna wait until I get my taxes. This will be this month. They said at the latest early March. So,
how did you find yours? I know that's a big issue that a lot of people have. It's not something that I've ever looked into, but I hear that conversation, or I see that conversation a lot about how you find somebody to read for you. So how did you do it?
I went on ACX, which is Amazon's thing for audio or Audible or whatever. I went on there and you can upload like a couple scenes or something for people to audition. And you can either reach out to people and ask them to audition for it, or you can just put it up there and anybody can audition, and you can narrow it down between like male or female reader, whether it's in English or some other language, whether they have a northern like New York accent or southern accent or whatever, and just different stuff like that, as well as just their tone, like more playful and jolly, or more serious and stuff like that. So I just put it up there and put it out for auditions for anybody to audition for it. And then I also went through some of the samples that I've seen other narrators give out and kind of listened to ones that did a lot of different characters and kind of reached out to them and was like, hey, you want to audition? And then found the one that I liked.
Nice. I did not know that they had that service. That sounds a lot better than a lot of what I've heard people say, which of course like Fiverr pops up a bunch, but then what's I always forget the name of the site, but the one that's like for hiring people to do commission work. I hear it a lot for book covers. I'm blanking on the name of it, but
Fiverr is what I hear a lot. I know I went through Fiverr for my book trailer, which I paid like $12 for.
I've only done Fiverr to convert my logo into vector art. And that is the one time that I've used it, and I got what I wanted out of it, but I've never gone past that.
Yeah, like I said, that's the only thing I've done was my trailer. I was going to do it myself. I was getting frustrated, and I seen one was basically a stock video. All you had to do is tell them is the text, and then give them your book cover. And he already had the video of just like a blank book and blank text or whatever. So you knew what it was going to look like. You just gave him yours, and he would just do it. So I mean, there's a bunch of other people with that same trailer, just with their stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, sure, whatever. $12, I don't care.
Yeah. I feel like that is something where you can absolutely go stock with, and nobody's ever going to care.
Yeah, and it's got like clouds in the background, and it's got some lightning, and it's got this very aggressive music playing and stuff. I was like, yeah, that fits mine perfectly.
Yay. There are definitely uses for Fiverr. I don't recommend it.
Now, like for like edits and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't go through Fiverr.
No, I think it's a weird. I don't know. It's a really weird venue for that sort of thing. Like I've definitely seen the listings before, and I don't like. There are definitely I've seen a couple listings for editors where you can tell that they're ESL, and I applaud their efforts, but also I want a native English speaker to be editing for me.
I know. For me, what I tell people when they ask me is like, "You think I should go through Fiverr for try to find somebody?" I was like, for me, if it's something that's really going to matter for the book, no.
Yeah.
If you're just wanting some like merch, like some artwork made up for some merch, or you're like the trailer or something that you don't really care about, you just want it, go for it. Something serious like a good cover or whatever. No, I'm sure you can find some on there that would do it just fine.
But good luck. Good luck sifting through everything to get there. And for editing, like if you don't think, if you're just looking for like a little bit of line editing because you feel like it's really solid, but there's some typos, like just do a swap with somebody.
Yeah, I was about to say it's kind of like a proofread or
like you just got to pay for developmental edits. Just let it go.
Just like yeah. Oh, Red Girl said, I've decided that I'm going to do the romance writing tag for Valentine's Day, but I will also post the other videos to keep it with the theme of this month. Yep. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways that you can go. We'll just keep this going for a minute. I think there's a lot of ways you can go with doing a Valentine's Day themed post, just because romance is such a big genre. There are so many subgenres on it, and there are so many reasons to like love and hate the genre that it's an easy one to do.
Oh yeah, I know. For me, for this month, I decided to do a little series called "Do You Hate Me Yet?" Releasing 2 videos a month or 2 videos a week or whatever. Doing it, I was like, yeah, it's a lovey month. Let's see if people hate me yet.
The anti-Valentine's Day.
I've never been the lovey-dovey type, so yeah.
No, it's same here.
But yeah, it has been 2 hours and 32 minutes.
It has.
So I think that will be about it for the stream. Thank y'all all for joining us. Do you want to do your closing?
Yeah, I don't really have a closing, but I'm Chloe Alice Balkin, and I write paranormal romance. I am on Amazon. I only have 1 book wide, so we're not worried about that. I am 1 scene away from finishing my current novel, and so probably in about a month and a half, I will be looking for ARC readers, and it is a demon romance. And that's about it for me. Thanks.
I'm D.L. Stewart. I write adult medieval fantasy. My debut novel, The Battle for Metagore, is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books Depository, and a bunch of other places. All those links are down below. There might be some others I didn't find because I didn't want to look for them. But I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Patreon, YouTube, website, newsletter, all that fun stuff. Those links are down below too. As well as there's a link to other AuthorTubers channels down below. You can go check them out, support them, as well as a link to a schedule of live streams. If you like doing these and don't know when they are, you can go check that out. And it's mostly accurate, I guess. So, yeah.
I forgot mine. I'm Mondays at 5 p.m. Word Stitch Write-ins. Me and Sandy Vasher. There we go. Now we can go back. Sorry. I did have something to pitch. I forgot.
Yeah. But all that stuff down there, and I think that's it. Yeah. I don't think I have your links down there. I will add that after the stream at some point. I'll go get that and link her channel down there. So y'all can go find her that way.
Yeah.
Or you can just search in the search bar. Either way. It doesn't matter. Either way. But thank y'all for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Later. And